Ever wondered why Geminis are so well, Gemini? Why do they seem to effortlessly juggle multiple personalities, leaving everyone guessing? If you've ever been baffled, intrigued, or even slightly annoyed by a Gemini, this video is your ultimate guide to decoding the zodiac's most misunderstood air sign. Gemini, the twins of the zodiac. You've probably heard all about their infamous two sides, right? Hold on, there's so much more to these fascinating individuals than meets the eye. Let us dive deep into the swirling cosmos of the Gemini mind and unravel the mysteries that make them tick. First things first, let's address the elephant in the room. That classic two-side stereotype. Sure, Geminis can sometimes seem like they're playing host to multiple personalities, but it's not as simple as a Jekyll and Hyde situation. Think of it more like a constant internal dialogue, a never-ending brainstorming session happening right inside their heads. It's this perpetual exchange of ideas that gives Geminis their reputation for being quick-witted and always ready with a snappy comeback. But here's where it gets really interesting. Beyond that surface-level duality, Geminis are actually navigating a complex web of conflicting desires and curiosities. One moment they're passionate about learning to play the guitar, the next they're diving headfirst into quantum physics. It's not that they're fickle, they're just insatiably curious about, well, everything. This brings us to the Gemini's superpower, adaptability. These intellectual chameleons can seamlessly blend into any social situation, picking up on subtle cues and adjusting their behavior accordingly. It's a skill that serves them well, but it's also one that can be easily misunderstood. What looks like inconsistency to others is actually a Gemini's way of exploring all the facets of their multidimensional personality. Now let's talk about that mercurial mindset. Ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, Geminis are natural-born conversationalists. Their minds work at lightning speed, making connections and leaps of logic that can leave others struggling to keep up. It's like their brains are constantly running multiple tabs, each one filled with a different, fascinating topic they're eager to explore. This mental agility is both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it makes Geminis incredibly engaging and never boring to be around. On the other, it can sometimes lead to a sense of restlessness or difficulty in focusing on one thing for too long. It's not a DD, it's just that there's always another exciting idea waiting to be explored. But here's the thing about Geminis that often gets overlooked. Beneath all that mental gymnastics and social butterfly behavior, there's a deep well of emotion. They may not wear their hearts on their sleeves like some signs, but that doesn't mean they don't feel things intensely. In fact, their ability to see multiple perspectives often leads to a profound empathy for others. So how do you handle a Gemini in your life? First, embrace their complexity. Don't try to pin them down or expect them to be consistent all the time. Instead, appreciate their ability to bring fresh perspectives and keep things interesting. Engage them in stimulating conversations, but also be prepared for those conversations to take unexpected turns. Second, give them space to explore. Geminis need mental and sometimes physical freedom to truly thrive. Trying to constrain them or force them into a rigid routine is like trying to catch the wind, frustrating and ultimately futile. Lastly, be patient. Geminis may seem flighty at times, but when they commit to something or someone, they do so with their whole being. It might take them a while to get there, as they need to explore all angles before making a decision, but once they do, their loyalty runs deep. In the end, understanding a Gemini is about embracing the beautiful chaos of their nature. They're not untamable. They're just wild in the most fascinating way possible. Their ever-changing nature isn't a flaw. It's what makes them uniquely captivating. So the next time you find yourself puzzled by a Gemini's behavior, remember you're not dealing with just one personality, but a whole universe of possibilities wrapped up in a single, endlessly intriguing package. And isn't that what makes life and love so wonderfully unpredictable?